And good morning. We're now live on the morning recording. Happy Friday. We're August 22nd. Let's go. I'm so hungry. I don't have any eggs though. I need eggs. Huh. What's the difference there? Okay, 22. Every single time. Don't tag every. There you go. Good morning. Happy Friday. Liquid levy. What's going on? We got the daily bias here. So on the 15-minute chart, this is a long opportunity. Just a scalp though. Bullish SMT, MQ swept all this shit. All the sell side that ES hasn't. If you were to get a close over there, that would be nice. There's some engineered liquidities. You know, you have LRLR here, lower highs. So some of these highs have to be run. There's stop losses sitting above here. So if you were to get a nice close over, this is a nice little scalp long. You put your break even probably here or here, next liquidity pool. TP1, full TP. So you're about to get the close over on the 1, but not the 3 and 2 yet. That's up to you. I'm not taking it, but it'd be probably a nice little scalp. Especially if the higher times close over. Still haven't taken IRL buy side too, which is good. ES just did. No, still equal. Still equal. ES just did. MQ did. Still getting the close over on the 2. So there's your break even. Yeah, I don't know if we'll continue the stream past when Powell's done speaking. I'll watch the charts in the afternoon, but I'm not going to be taking it very seriously. After he's done talking, the price tends to not do much, especially now it's a Friday. I think we have to come down a little bit, but the target is buy side. We have to take that. We have to. Yeah, you got triple relative equal highs here inside this bullish gap. I think we're going to want it. It may dump a lot though because of that 2 a.m. pump. Price may want to come back down into here or even here. We'll take a long right after this though. That's a decent, not great. A little short scalp. So that was probably a break-even trade with one trim that long that I announced just before. Yep, break-even trade with trim. Getting close to market open. Oh, I can't wait to see what we get. I would love market open. We manipulate down IRL sell side swept on both of these, deliver from the bullish, and we go all the way to the buy side. That would be perfect. End the fucking weekend right there. So it's going to be crucial. I have to take a trade. If we get that movement, we have to find that perfect setup before Powell. Before Powell. $10. Playing 5 minutes. See if we can get that sell side sweep. On down, sweep it. You just farted. I heard you. Blow it away. You ripped one. I heard it. Acting all innocent. I heard you rip it. All right. All right. Here we go. Market open 2 minutes. Just over 1 minute. Market open. All right, folks. 40 seconds to market open. What's it going to do? Who the fuck knows? I'm hoping it might be Judas Swim. It might pump as the move, take the buy side, continue the dump. That's another whole thing. So we have to be ready for anything. But again, the target, I want this, we take it down. I think we come down here. I'm gonna look for a long. 10 seconds. Here we go. Oh, it's going up. Back down. All right, that could be the Judas swing, a little up. Oh, no. ES is pushing up. NQ. ES is now coming down. NQ's coming down. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Take it. Oh, you bitch. You better. You. There it is. Okay. 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 Now we may, like I said, come down into here. ES is holding up. Big time. Oh, it's so hard to know if that's the spot. There's no entry. There's no entry. Ooh, I think it wants a little bit more. Either way, we have to wait for the entry. It's not even 1 point on ES. Ugh. Come on, go lower. Go lower. Give us a gap. Come on. You're just not going to give us a gap? Ugh. This is definitely looking nice, but again, there's no good entry. Let's wait for it to maybe come back down. Ugh, that's the fucking move, though. That's the dump. Little Judas swing, pump, dump, and now we're going through to buy side. If we don't get the setup here, we'll take it. We'll take the reversal short after Asia, previous Asia high. That sucks. This buy side. That sucks. This is not an entry. And that's also the 15-second. This is really not an entry because it blasted into the next liquidity pool, bearish. So you, to be disciplined, you can't take that. So here we go. Hopefully we come down lower. ES took the high. So that's your bearish SMT. I don't mind that short, honestly. I don't. That's not bad. ES took the buy side. So probably run that down to here. No delivery from that for the long. That's also shitty. All right, now we tapped into that full part of the gap here on NQ. might take buy side. That could have been a good eval play, I guess, if you wanted to like gamble with that long. But that is so not a funded play.
This morning, a federal judge has made a major ruling against the controversial ICE detention center in Florida, marketed by the Trump administration as Alcatraz. The judge issuing an injunction that effectively
Well, we just wait.
now. CNN's Isabel Gonzalez joins us now. She's got all
We're
the
just
details.
chilling. We're waiting.
And what does the judge say? Alcatraz was set up just 8 days back in July. Now it looks like it may be shut down before Halloween. Now, so long as this judge's order goes up on appeal, this marks a significant blow to the DeSantis and Trump administrations that have touted how quickly this
That
facility was put up.
sucks.
Encourage other states to model after it. Now, you mentioned that this is a preliminary
No
injunction.
entry.
It is a rather significant one, but this still is not the end of the story when it comes to this lawsuit. The plaintiffs here, these environmental groups that sued, claiming that environmental laws were not followed in setting up the so-called alligator Alcatraz, they will still need to argue and present evidence going to the merits of this case. Now, let's dig in a little deeper into this ruling from Judge Kathleen Williams. Three major things came out of this 82-page order from the judge, ordering, mandating that Florida must stop bringing in new detainees into this facility, that there be no additional construction or expansion of the site, and then also this part, this major part, that in no later than 60 days, lighting, fencing, gas, sewage, generators, electricity to the facility, all of that must be removed. And she said this critical part in her order. The court is relying on programmatic attrition of the camp's population within the next 60 days. So effectively shutting the site down, she's conceding that in the order. An attorney to one of the environmental groups that's a part of this lawsuit described to me over the phone as essentially a shutdown by attrition. Now I'm going to get to her comment, this attorney. She says, "We are so relieved to feel we presented voluminous evidence that is presented in her order, showing that this was the right decision to protect the environment and the interests of Americans in the Everglades." We reached out to the office of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, his communications director, in a response to CNN's request for comment, said just this one sentence: "The deportations will continue until morale improves." Now, DeSantis and the Trump administration, they have said that this facility is not about the environment, considering there was already a strip there before they ever built the site. But clearly, the judge did not buy that cake in this 82-page ruling, saying, no, this is deeply impactful to the environment. All right, let's see what happens now. Isabel, thank you very much. So we are continuing to track breaking news this morning. The FBI searching the home of Donald
I want to get into this long so bad. I'm so pissed. This is gonna fucking hit buy side. There was no entry. There was no entry. This is not an entry. There's too much bearish liquidity. There's just there was no entry. It did exactly what I said. Came down, swept. I wanted to just impulsively just hit the market buy as we came down into here, 224. Yeah, I would have done a 200 stop right there. 25-point stop. Fuck. Samson, you watching this bullshit?
Yeah, bro. This is exactly like the first trade we took yesterday. We closed over the change in the state. We had buy side above. Except yesterday we reversed and hit stop. But this one we ran.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I think we'll get some bearish news with Powell, so maybe we can like play that. I feel like we'll deliver from this buy side.
No, for sure.
We already did it on ES. ES already took it. Wednesday's Asia London. We have a bearish SMT setting up. This needs to happen anyway. ES is going to need to take out some higher high, so probably like the SMT itself. And then NQ will come up and deliver somewhere in this bearish gap. Yeah, it's just a prediction, but fuck this.
All right, markets opened just a short time ago. Investors waiting on a major speech from Fed Chair Jerome Powell at their annual summit in Jackson Hole. This one is a huge deal because of the timing, because of when it comes in the midst of
Maybe
budget
Powell
issues,
announces something bullish. That'd be
waiting
crazy.
to see what the Fed is going to do with interest rates. And of course, it comes at a time when the administration continues to attack Jerome Powell in person and also other personnel in the Fed as well. With us, Madison Mills, senior markets reporter for Axios. People always watch when Jerome Powell speaks, but this speech today is hugely significant because of sort of a framework he may lay out for the long term that has direct implications in the near term. That is exactly right. Of course, investors the symptom of
Stop on.
unemployment, the symptom of inflation require opposite cures. If unemployment starts to tick up, you lower interest rates to stimulate the economy. If inflation ticks up, you gotta hike interest rates to push down spending. And that's the difficulty of the Fed's dual mandate right now. If you're more focused on inflation, you're probably going to have a higher for longer, or what we would call a hawkish stance going forward, which is certainly not what Wall Street is hoping for, and of course not what the White House is.
To talk more about that, what are the types of things that Powell could say today that the market wants to hear? And what could Powell say today when the market's like, uh-oh?
Yeah, well, if he talks about cracks in the labor market, if he talks about concern about the path forward for the labor market, that last jobs report that we got was really difficult and showed some challenges in the labor force and unemployment right now. Powell hasn't seen the August unemployment numbers just yet, though. So what my sources tell me are that he's not necessarily going to be extremely clear one way or the other, because he doesn't want to back himself into a corner before he even sees that data. So unfortunately, we might be in a place where we're all like really excited for this speech today, and then we don't actually hear anything that definitive, because he has to be careful to not get Wall Street excited about rate cuts if he can't deliver on that after seeing those jobs numbers.
Look, if he sneezes the wrong way, I think the markets will
Yes.
get nervous. They're going to look for any sign. That's the most great to see. Thank you very much. All right, the breaking news. The FBI searching the home of former National Security Advisor John Bolton. We are learning it is part of a reopened investigation into the possible disclosure of classified information in a book he wrote years ago. We're getting new information in today with us.
$9.50 macro just started. Buy side is right there.
With bear system T.
Unless you in German.
Oh. I'm German. I don't even know that.
They didn't make me learn college.
Those feel like tempting. Or do you think I'm
No,
gonna
no,
put
you
get that buy
you
side?
can't short right below those relative equal highs.
Uh,
Tracking with his data modeling guru Tanzi Lee before the Australian Open tennis starts. We got 450 on Caesars plus 625 on DraftKings.
Satisfied and uncomfortable using. I would suggest, having multiple apps where sportsbooks at your disposal. Why? Because you want to ultimately get the best price.
Compare the odds offered by different books and look for mistakes. We're saying the odds should be 5 to 1. They're giving us 6 to 1. Aneska, this is his first major tournament. He's been playing very well, so potentially even more likely that he's going to start off hot and then fizzle as the match goes on. Fast forward, tournament start. The Australian Open is pretty tough because it's in the middle of the night, so we're up all night every night. It's a weirdly tight game. His buddy Jared works in finance with him. Markets are markets, right? Like they all function in relatively similar ways, whether it's sports or stocks or real estate. All right, and Nick Watt joins us now. Nick, full disclosure, this is me right in the sweet spot. I'm obsessed with this. It is an unbelievable world once you scratch the surface of it, which you now have. What stood out to you most about this bet? Well, listen, we were given this assignment, and it's very easy on an assignment like this to find people being damaged by sports betting. I wanted to find somebody who is very good at it, who makes a success of it, because frankly, pretty much every male I know is involved in this. That's why we hung out with Isaac. And his strategy, well, the fact that it's so mathematical, I just didn't understand. Also, interesting, he's not going for like big win, like the Hail Mary. He's betting about 100 grand a day.
Got Powell in 5 minutes. Trades are off. Trades are off. We should have taken that fucking long, but it would have been impulsive. I was really thinking about it. I'll tell you. I was really thinking about it. That was the manipulation. Open.
Cutting off. Or let's say you or I would back to bet 10 grand on something. And let Isaac bet a fraction of that. It's good. So that's his big challenge. Figuring out what to bet on, figuring out who's actually going to take the bet.
So, Vernon does it. You probably do it, Nick, and every male you know does it. I mean, how big is this becoming?
I mean, I actually don't bet, which is why this assignment, not one of my many vices, this is why this assignment is so great. We get paid to dive into this, weird world we know nothing about, and find out about it and then bring it to you guys. So that was great. It is massive. So 2018 Supreme Court legalized it in the United States. 150 billion a year. It is just huge. And what the thing I think struck me most was because I'm not a gambler, I don't really understand it. And I thought
It's gonna get PA's probably gonna get real whack up until Powell. Then whatever he says will induce market correction or pumping, and
waiting to see what happens. So, but John, word of advice. Isaac says,
yeah,
don't bet with your heart.
I think we're done. I think we're done for the day. Just about. I want to hear what Powell has to say. I want to see what reactions the market has. If we can somehow come down, if we can dump, but the problem is if we dump super hard, we're probably not coming back up. It's based upon his announcement. Then everything is off. The liquidity doesn't really matter.
Thank you so much for joining us.
At least right now. Buy side will get taken another day.
Good.
Morning, Mo. You want to see what?
I'm in that short, bro. Are you in anything?
No. I wanted to take the long off open after the manipulation leg, but now we're waiting for Powell in a few minutes.
Yeah, it's my short is too risky, but I said fuck it. See what's gonna happen.
You're in shorts?
Yeah, I'm in Nasdaq.
It's break even if you got in early. That right there.
Yeah,
That barrel.
I got all the way at the top. Right there. Yep, exactly where you
That's
loser is.
perfect. That's perfect. What made you want to get in before buy side was taking all these equal highs above the bearish gap?
Because we haven't, it's ES took the highs, MQ didn't, then we got a 1 minute on bearish S&P. So I'm just thinking that MQ can take a little bit of the lows before we push more higher.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely worth taking. The SMT was big on ES. It definitely swept Asia.
I'm aiming for that low, like the 930 low. Yep,
The
that's low.
50%. Yeah, that's perfect. Dump. Keep dumping. Dump for Mo. Dump for Mo.
Yo, I need the magnet.
Oh, yeah. The whole formation. There's no roadblocks here. Unless it just doesn't want to close below this little stupid gap. I mean, that'd be lame. It's just a pullback. Order block. Propulsion block. If that closes below. Come on. All right. That's the. Whoa. Whoa. We are pumping. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, it
What
fucked me
the
out.
fuck? Buy side's taken. Buy side's taken. Oh, this is ridiculous. We can't.
Bro, I wish it happened to the fucking downside.
This is ridiculous.
It's fine. I was expecting something like this.
All right, we're gonna take that SMT out. Holy titties! Don't tell me this is the whole reversal from that dump. Do not tell me that. I will have an aneurysm. What? Did someone say something? Are we not privy to this information? What was that? 20. Oh, that was so long ago? What are you talking about? Holy shit balls. This is a stop hunt. I don't think this is good news. I think this is to take out all of this dump.
I was hoping we get some hillside sweep first, so we can get into the long.
Also happening now, the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell speaking, and it will almost certainly be his last address at the central bank's annual gathering. We're watching for any new hints on a possible interest rate cut. And in Texas,
Oh, you fucking.
lawmakers are nearing a final vote on new congressional maps as the state Senate
national security investigation. CNN senior justice correspondent Press is right outside Fulton Show in Bethesda, Maryland, just outside of Washington. CNN friend and justice correspondent Caitlin Collins is here with me in the situation. And CNN reporter Bessie Klein is over at the White House. Evan, let's start with you. What do you learn? Well, Wolf, we're here in Bethesda, residential neighborhood in Bethesda. This is the home of John Bolton. And what we've seen in the last few days, we've seen FBI agents come out, go into a couple of these vehicles, and retrieve boxes, which they then took back into the home. Now, over the last few hours, again, they've been here for about 3 hours now, and we've seen them come out of these vehicles, take in boxes that were maybe document boxes, collected them.
Oh, fuck. Oh, meanwhile, this fucking guy.
Deal from its post-pandemic highs. At the same time, the balance of risks appears to be shifting. In my remarks today, I will first address the current economic situation and the near-term outlook for monetary policy. I will then turn to the results of our second public review of our monetary policy framework, as captured in the revised Statement on Longer-Run Goals and Monetary Policy Strategy that we released today. When I appeared at this podium 1 year ago, the economy was at an inflection point. Our policy rate had stood at 5.25% to 5.5% for more than a year. That restrictive policy stance was appropriate to help bring down inflation and to foster a sustainable balance between aggregate demand and supply. Inflation had moved much closer to our objective, and the labor market had cooled from its formerly overheated state. Upside risks to inflation had diminished, but the unemployment rate had increased by almost a full percentage point, a development that historically has not occurred outside of recessions. Over the subsequent 3 Federal Open Market Committee meetings, we recalibrated our policy stance, setting the stage for the labor market to remain in balance near maximum employment over the past year. This year, the economy has faced new challenges. Significantly higher tariffs across our trading partners are remaking the global trading system. Tighter immigration policy has led to an abrupt slowdown in labor force growth. Over the longer run, changes in tax, spending, and regulatory policies may also have important implications for economic growth and productivity. There is significant uncertainty about where all of these policies will eventually settle and what their lasting effects on the economy will be. Changes in trade and immigration policies are affecting both demand and supply. In this environment, distinguishing cyclical developments from trend or structural developments is difficult. This distinction is critical because monetary policy can work to stabilize cyclical fluctuations, but can do little to alter structural changes. The labor market is a case in point. The July employment report, released earlier this month, showed that payroll job growth slowed to an average pace of only 35,000 per month over the past 3 months, down from 168,000 per month during 2024. This slowdown is much larger than assessed just a month ago, as the earlier figures for May and June were revised down substantially. But it does not appear that the slowdown in job growth has opened up a large margin of slack in the labor market, an outcome we want to avoid. The unemployment rate, while edging up in July, stands at a historically low level of 4.2% and has been broadly stable over the past year. Other indicators of labor market conditions are also little changed or have softened only modestly, including quits, layoffs, the ratio of vacancies to unemployment, and nominal wage growth. Labor supply has softened in line with demand, sharply lowering the break-even rate of job creation needed to hold the unemployment rate constant. Indeed, labor force growth has slowed considerably this year with the sharp fall-off in immigration, and the labor force participation rate has edged down in recent months. Overall, while the labor market appears to be in balance, it is a curious kind of balance that results from a marked slowing in both the supply of and demand for workers. This unusual situation suggests that downside risks to employment are rising. And if those risks materialize, they can do so quickly in the form of sharply higher layoffs and rising unemployment. At the same time, GDP growth has slowed notably in the first half of this year, to a pace of 1.2%, roughly half the 2.5% pace in 2024. The decline in growth has largely reflected a slowdown in consumer spending. As with the labor market, some of the slowing in GDP likely reflects slower growth of supply or potential output. Turning to inflation, higher tariffs have begun to push up prices in some categories of goods. Estimates based on the latest available data indicate that total PCE prices rose 2.6% over the 12 months ending in July. Excluding the volatile food and energy categories,
All right, I got my
core
alerts up
PCE
here.
prices rose
See
2.9%,
these two
above their
alerts?
level of a year ago.
When ES and NQ start to take
Within
them, is
core, prices of
first
goods
alert-
increased
I'll look for a
1.1%
short.
over the past
That's the
12
first
months,
little liquidity
a notable
pool. That will
shift
be the
from the
next
modest
one.
decline
Major
seen over the
liquidity
course
pool.
of 2024. In contrast, housing services inflation remains on a downward trend, and non-housing services inflation is still running at a level a bit above what has been historically consistent with a 2% inflation. The effects of tariffs on consumer prices are now clearly visible. We expect those effects to accumulate over coming months, with high uncertainty about both timing and amounts. The question that matters for monetary policy is whether these price increases are likely to materially raise the risk of an ongoing inflation problem. A reasonable base case is that the effects will be relatively short-lived, a one-time shift in the price level.
All right, we're
Of
gonna
course,
jam close.
one time does not mean all at once. It will
Could get a
continue to
trade,
take
could,
time for
maybe.
tariff increases to work their way through supply
This guy's
chains
still yapping.
and distribution networks. Moreover, tariff rates continue to evolve, potentially prolonging the adjustment process. It's also possible, however, that the upward pressure on prices from tariffs could spur a more lasting inflation dynamic, and that is a risk to be assessed and managed. One possibility is that workers who see their real incomes decline because of higher prices demand and get higher wages from employers, setting off adverse wage-price dynamics. Given that the labor market is not particularly tight and faces increasing downside risks, that outcome does not seem likely. Another possibility is that inflation expectations could move up, dragging actual inflation with them. Inflation has been above our target for more than 4 years and remains a prominent concern for households and businesses. Measures of longer-term inflation expectations, however, as reflected in market and survey-based measures, appear to remain well anchored and consistent with our longer-run inflation objective of 2%. Of course, we cannot take the stability of inflation expectations for granted. Come what may, we will not allow a one-time increase in the price level to become an ongoing inflation problem. So, putting the pieces together, what are the implications for monetary policy? In the near term, risks to inflation are tilted to the upside, and risks to employment to the downside, a challenging situation. When our goals are in tension like this, our framework calls for us to balance both sides of our dual mandate. Our policy rate is now 100 basis points closer to neutral than it was a year ago, and the stability of the unemployment rate and other labor market measures allows us to proceed carefully as we consider changes to our policy stance. Nonetheless, with policy in restrictive territory, the baseline outlook and the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance. Monetary policy is not on a preset course. FOMC members will make these decisions based solely on their assessment of the data and its implications for the economic outlook and the balance of risks. We will never deviate from that approach. So, turning then to my second topic. Our monetary policy framework is built on the unchanging foundation of our mandate from Congress to foster maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. We remain fully committed to fulfilling our statutory mandate, and the revisions to our framework will support that mission across a broad range of economic conditions. Our revised statement on longer-run goals and monetary policy strategy, which we refer to as our consensus statement to save time, describes how we pursue our dual mandate goals. It is designed to give the public a clear sense of how we think about monetary policy, and that understanding is important both for transparency and accountability, and for making monetary policy more effective. The changes we made in this review are a natural progression grounded in our ever-evolving understanding of our economy. We continue to build upon the initial consensus statement adopted in 2012 under Chairman Ben Bernanke's leadership. Today's revised statement is the outcome of the second public review of our framework, which we conduct at 5-year intervals. This year's review included 3 elements: Fed Listens events at reserve banks around the country, a flagship research conference, and policymaker discussions and deliberations supported by staff analysis at a series of FOMC meetings. In approaching this year's review, a key objective has been to make sure that our framework is suitable across a broad range of economic conditions. At the same time, the framework needs to evolve with changes in the structure of the economy and our understanding of those changes. The Great Depression presented different challenges from those of the Great Inflation and the Great Moderation, which in turn are different from the ones we face today. At the time of the last review, we were living in a new normal, characterized by the proximity of interest rates to the effective lower bound, or ELB, along with low growth, low inflation, and a very flat Phillips curve, meaning that inflation was not very responsive to slack in the economy. To me, a statistic that captures that era is that our policy rate was stuck at the ELB for 7 long years following the onset of the global financial crisis in late 2008. Many here will recall the sluggish growth and painfully slow recovery of that era. It appeared highly likely that if the economy experienced even a mild downturn, our policy rate would be back at the ELB very quickly, probably for another extended period. Inflation and inflation expectations could then decline in a weak economy, raising real interest rates as nominal rates were pinned near zero. Higher real rates would further weigh on job growth and reinforce the downward pressure on inflation and inflation expectations, triggering an adverse dynamic. The economic conditions that brought the policy rate to the ELB and drove the 2020 framework changes were thought to be rooted in slow-moving global factors that would persist for an extended period. And they might well have done so, if not for the pandemic. The 2020 consensus statement included several features that addressed the ELB-related risks that had become increasingly prominent over the preceding 2 decades. We emphasized the importance of anchored inflation, longer-term inflation expectations, to support both our price stability and maximum employment goals.
All right, sorry, I was on the
Drawing
phone.
on an extensive
We're taking the
literature
buy
on
side, guys.
strategies to
Shorts
mitigate
are really
risks
valid.
associated
Really
with the
soon.
ELB, we adopted flexible average inflation targeting, a makeup strategy to ensure that inflation expectations would remain well anchored, even with the ELB
So wants
constraint.
to just do all of
In
this.
particular, we said that
Look at
following
this, all
periods
this
when inflation had
engineered
been running
liquidity.
persistently
Oh,
above
fuck.
2%, appropriate monetary policy would likely aim to achieve inflation moderately above 2% for some time. In the event, rather than low inflation in the ELB, the post-pandemic reopening brought the highest inflation in 40 years to economies around the world. Like
Yeah, I
most
think we'll
other
get a
central banks and
bearish
private
S&P
sector
and
analysts,
ES here.
through year-end 2021, we thought that inflation would subside fairly quickly without a sharp tightening in our policy stance, as this slide will show. When it became clear this was not the case, we responded forcefully, raising our policy rate by 5.25 percentage
yes,
points
just put that
over
significant
16 months.
Buy side liquidity.
That action,
Shorts are
combined with the unwinding of pandemic supply disruptions, contributed to inflation moving much closer to our target without the painful rise in unemployment that has accompanied previous efforts to counter high inflation. This year's review considered how economic conditions have evolved over the past 5 years. During this period, we saw that the inflation situation can change rapidly in the face of large shocks. In addition, interest rates are now substantially higher than was the case during the era between the global financial crisis and the pandemic. With inflation above target, our policy rate is restrictive, modestly so in my view. We cannot say for certain where rates will settle out over the longer run, but their neutral rate may now be higher than during the 2010s, reflecting changes in productivity, demographics, fiscal policy, and other factors that affect the balance between saving and investment. During the review, we discussed how the 2020 statement's focus on the ELB may have complicated communications about our response to high inflation. We concluded that the emphasis on an overly specific set of economic conditions may have led to some confusion And as a result, we made several important changes to the consensus statement to reflect that insight. First, we removed language indicating that the ELB was a defining feature of the economic landscape. Instead, we noted that our monetary policy strategy is designed to promote maximum employment and stable prices across a broad range of economic conditions. The difficulty of operating near the ELB remains a potential concern, but it is not our primary focus. The revised statement reiterates that the committee is prepared to use its full range of tools to achieve its maximum employment and price stability goals, particularly if the federal funds rate is constrained by the ELB. Second, we returned to a framework of flexible inflation targeting and eliminated the makeup strategy. As it turned out, the idea of an intentional moderate inflation overshoot had proved irrelevant. There was nothing intentional or moderate about the inflation that arrived a few months after we announced our 2020 changes to the consensus statement, as I acknowledged publicly in 2021. Well-anchored inflation expectations were critical to our success in bringing down inflation without a sharp increase in unemployment. Anchored expectations promote the return of inflation to target when adverse shocks drive inflation higher and limit the risk of deflation when the
I
economy
want to take that
weakens.
short.
Further, they allow monetary policy to support maximum employment in economic downturns without compromising price stability. Our revised statement emphasizes our commitment to act forcefully to ensure that longer-term inflation expectations remain well anchored to the benefit of both sides of our dual mandate. It also notes that price stability is essential for a sound and stable economy and supports the well-being of all Americans. This theme came through loud and clear at our Fed Listens events. The past 5 years have been a painful reminder of the hardship that high inflation imposes, especially on those least able to meet the higher costs of necessities. Third, our 2020 statement said that we would mitigate shortfalls rather than deviations from maximum employment. The use of shortfalls reflected the insight that our real-time assessments of the natural rate of unemployment, and hence of maximum employment, are highly uncertain. The later years of the post-global financial crisis recovery featured employment running for an extended period above mainstream estimates of its sustainable level, along with inflation running persistently below our 2% target. In the absence of inflationary pressures, it might not be necessary to tighten policy based solely on uncertain real-time estimates of the natural rate of unemployment. We still have that view, but our use of the term shortfalls was not always interpreted as intended, raising communications challenges. In particular, the use of shortfalls was not intended as a commitment to permanently forswear preemption or to ignore labor market tightness. Accordingly, we removed shortfalls from our statement. Instead, the revised document now states more precisely that the committee recognizes that employment may run at times above real-time assessments of maximum employment without necessarily creating risks to price stability.
Your camera's black.
Of course, preemptive action would likely be warranted if tightness in the
Your
labor
camera is
market
black.
were
I don't know if it's on or no.
Oh, the camera?
Yeah, it froze. Yep, you're good now.
Yeah, that 2-minute short was looking good.
Hopefully we get our tracement into the 1 minute range and we can short it.
That was a significant liquidity pool.
now more closely aligns with the original 2012 language. We take into account the extent of departures from our goals and the potentially different time horizons over which each is projected to return to a level consistent with our dual mandate. These principles guide our policy decisions today, as they did in the 2022 to 24 period, when the departure from our 2% inflation target was the overriding concern. In addition to these changes, there is a great deal of continuity with past statements. The document continues to explain how we interpret the mandate Congress has given us, and describes the policy framework that we believe will best promote maximum employment and price stability. We continue to believe that monetary policy must be forward-looking and consider the lags in its effects on the economy. For this reason, our policy actions depend on the economic outlook and the balance of risks to that outlook. We continue to believe that setting a numerical goal for employment is unwise because the maximum level of employment is not directly measurable
Nah, the
and
2 minute
changes
was
over
sort of the one
time
to
for
take. It was a
reasons
swing
unrelated to
high,
monetary
but the
policy.
wick was shit.
We also continue to view a longer run inflation
you
rate
would've
of
gotten
2% as most consistent with our dual mandate goals. We believe that our commitment to this target is a key factor, helping keep longer-term inflation expectations well anchored. Experience has shown that 2% inflation is low enough to ensure that inflation is not a concern in household and business decision-making, while also providing a central bank with some policy flexibility to provide accommodation during economic downturns. Finally, the revised consensus statement retained our commitment to conduct a public review roughly every 5 years. There's nothing magic about the 5-year pace. That frequency allows policymakers to reassess structural features of the economy and to engage with the public, practitioners, and academics on the performance of our framework. It is also consistent with several global peers. To wrap up, I want to thank President Schmid and all of his great Kansas City staff who work so diligently to host this outstanding event annually. Counting a couple of virtual appearances during the pandemic, this is the 8th time I've had the honor to speak from this podium. Each year, this symposium offers the opportunity for Fed leaders to hear ideas from leading economic thinkers and focus on the challenges we face. The Kansas City Fed was very wise to lure Chair Volcker here to this national park more than 40 years ago, and I am so proud to be part of that tradition. Thank you very much.
Fuck you, Jerome. Fuck you. What a speech.
Thank you very much.
Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck
On,
yourselves.
on God, they spoofed
Every
my
one
show.
of them. Crooks.
On God,
Let's just print
they
more money.
they fucked me up, man.
Bro, you got a Drake candle at 10 a.m. It's like, bah.
I'm glad I didn't get slipped, man. Thank God they didn't slip me.
Right?
Fuck slippage with these candles, man, can be really bad.
There's a little buy side liquidity still on NQ. Oh man, I think
Yeah,
we're done today. I think everything happened.
I don't know, man. Ah,
I'm willing to watch stuff for major reaction again. That's from the huge short. I think if we're gonna take shorts, we're taking out right here. That's the 10 a.m. wick high in the bearish gap. That looks juicy. 729. I think we still have another opportunity. We'll see.
really beautiful, what will be beautiful. Right now, I can't use great language, but it's been so badly run. And they built these cubes outside, these cubes, and there's stairways that go down to little rooms that no one uses. It's so crazy what they did. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like throwing money out the window. They built cubes. All of this is blocked off the view. So I'm either going to use those cubes as a platform. You know, they go down to little stages, but no one uses them. And we're taking care of our big, beautiful stages that people really want. And we have artists from all over the world wanting to come. I think we're starting the World Cup. The World Cup's going to have its primary office in the Kennedy Center. And again, I want to thank our boarders because they have been absolutely incredible. But you may get a chance to see what we're going to do a little bit. I'll show you beautiful slabs of marble that, for the sake of cleaning and gravity, would look like they got put in yesterday by a top marble smith. So I want to thank you all, and I'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so there we just heard the President of the United States answering questions, making statements on several important issues, but he did say at the beginning this FBI assault on the home of John Bolton, the President's former National Security Advisor. Trump says he didn't know about it. He didn't know about the raid. He said he found out about it early this morning. He says, I don't want to know about it. He doesn't want to get involved. But he defended it at the same time. He said he only found out about it.
Might chip around, but I'm gonna look for shorts, guys, once we take this, but I'm really interested in this one. That high is a 15-minute high that goes into a bearish gap, and the high is a swing high, and it's a 10 a.m. candle. And it's where I had our dump from market open. And so again, the algorithm is going to want to come all the way back to those swing traders who are holding the short, who still think we're meant to bleed off more. So this is a stop hunt to take that out. I think we're due for more. We have the bearish SMT, and that's what caused us to spill for that first move. That was a nice scalp. It wasn't the whole distribution though. I think we need to continue manipulating up here into a little more IRL buy side. Then we're going to reverse and distribute. That'd be my hope, right? But we'll see. It all comes down to time and everything. It's 10:30. It's Friday. Yeah, we're just going to give it a minute. I want to get into a long so bad from down here. But that closed under. That closed under. You really want to see it respect. You want to see the wick touch inside the gap and go. You don't want to see bodies close under. This is indicating a slowdown of momentum. We're already getting a break of structure because we're not getting a higher high. We're getting this shit. So we've already broke down to want to get into a long and chase. Probably have to adjust my daily range. Yep.
And totally unrelated to all of the important news, he was wearing a hat, and it doesn't say "Make America Great Again." It said Trump was right about everything. It seemed to me, I hadn't seen that hat yet before. Is this a new development? he said he was heading over to the Kennedy Center. What's going on there?
The president is expected to oversee some renovations to the Kennedy Center, and this is all part of his plans to really overtake. He's installed himself as the chairman of the board of that institution, and he announced the Kennedy Center honorees just a few days ago, but now he is there to inspect some ongoing updates to that facility that he really criticized as having been updated in quite some time, and he is working, ever the real estate developer to beautify that space. The president also made some notable comments and just want to flag on Susan Collins. She's a member of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. She's been accused allegedly of mortgage fraud, and he said, quote, if I will fire her if she doesn't resign. So that's also something we need to pay close attention to. But we'll be watching whether the president takes any more questions in the coming moments. Just a few steps away from the White House now, but headed right over to the Kennedy Center.
All right, Betsy Klein reporting for us from the White House. Thank you very, very much. Taking comments is how we situation. You were listening very closely. I know you're getting messages from your sources. What's your assessment of what we just heard from President Trump?
Well, Wolf, before we get to Trump's comments, a source is now telling our own Kristen Holmes at the White House that the investigation also may be looking into disclosure of classified
Wait, what happened? Everything happened. You missed everything. Everything.
Potentially disclosures he may have made to clients of his, private clients, or members of the media.
Oh, I see what you're asking. Tore his rotator cuff and labrum. That sucks.
That is, first of all,
Sorry to hear that.
very interesting expansion potentially of what we know so far about this FBI search and what this investigation may be, what approved so far. The other thing is that what Donald Trump was just saying is an astonishing tearing down of the distance between the Justice Department and the presidency. We have seen in the past when top political officials, Mike Pence, Joe Biden, Donald Trump himself have been investigated for things just like this, retention of classified material. There has been a special counsel in place to keep independence even from the political appointees in the Justice Department itself, let alone making sure the presidency, the president of the White House, is not aware of these things. What Trump said that really jumped out at me is that he said, that he hasn't been briefed about the Justice Department yet, he expects that later in the day, but he said, if I could know about it, I could be the one starting it. I'm actually the chief law enforcement officer. Then he said, he's telling the Attorney General and Ronnie that he wouldn't have to do it right now. He hasn't done anything. I looked. The Justice Department on its own website says the Attorney General is the chief law enforcement officer of the federal government, not the president.
Interesting. And normally you would think that in a major development like this, the FBI going to the home of Trump's former national security advisor, a former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations during the Bush administration, you would think that they would inform the president in advance, give him a heads up. This is about to happen. He says he didn't know anything about it until he saw it on television this morning.
Well, that actually would not be that unusual not to inform the president with this. The Attorney General would know because the Department of Justice does, in the past, operate very separately. At the time of this similar searches in the Biden administration, Joe Biden was staying out of it. Merrick Garland was the Attorney General, and he was the one that was knowing and letting special counsel operate with independence in those sorts of investigations.
Keep working your sources. Back to Caitlin Collins. Thank you very, very much.
Covered in bird.
Much more on the breaking news.
I'm covered in bird.
The home of former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton. Many more information. Plus, could an interest rate cut be on the horizon? We're dissecting the Federal Reserve Chairman's speech over at the Central Bank's annual gathering. Stay with us. More information coming up on that as well. You're in the situation.
gonna take that little buy side, then we're gonna maybe dump. I don't know, unless that was, I don't think this was the end. I don't think this was the bottom of the thing. Could be. Bruce, what do you think? Bruce. 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 Hey, Bruce. Look at me. What do you think? Buy side or sell side? You think we're gonna continue pumping after IRL buy side, or do you think we're gonna dump, take out the 4-hour low? Can you repeat that? I don't speak dog. Try it again. Tell me. Tell me. Use your words. You said dump. Brucey, you said dump. Dump, dump. Oh, yeah? Dump? We're gonna dump? Oh my gosh. We're gonna dump. We're gonna dump. Come here. Come here. Ah. Oh, you're burping. Gas, get the gas. All right. Oof. Oh, you're the big boy again. Here we are. Oh, yeah. This is the setup. Check it out. Look at the charts. Look at all those charts. So you think it's gonna, we have to take the buy side IRL, and then it's gonna dump. Dump. It's gonna dump. What you think? It's gonna dump. It's gonna dump too. All right, you don't like to do this. We'll put you down. Ooh. He's not a fan of in the chair. There it goes. First. All right, here we go. We're pushing. Pushing for the buy side. Well, you got your bone. Give me that. He's got his bone. Is this thing blurry? What's going on? Yeah, I think dumping coming. We just need to take that. There it goes.
We'll of course have much more on the breaking news from the FBI search of former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton's phone just outside Washington, D.C. But there's other breaking news we're also following right now. The Dow is in record territory following a key speech by the
So I'll take a short attempt here. I'll take a short attempt here. It's probably going to be this one. This is that swing high, 15-minute swing high that traces just up with more delivering ability from the bearish gap, and it's a 10 a.m. high.
Well, this is the first time, though, that Jerome Powell has really signaled that a rate cut could be coming, and you see the Dow, you see investors reacting. This is what they wanted to hear. The Dow now in record territory again, up within 800, or was up just about 800 points, as you saw a few moments ago. This was Jerome Powell's last speech as Fed chair at this event, so that was important because he is ending his term in May 2026. But this was a speech that investors were watching very closely for clues about how Jerome Powell sees the economy. He said that tariffs are having an impact on prices, but that there's something unusual or curious going on in the labor market where there's both a lack of supply and demand of workers. And he says that that puts the Federal Reserve's dual mandate of price stability and full employment in tension. However, he did say it might be time for a rate cut. This is Jerome Powell said just a few minutes ago.
The effects of tariffs on consumer prices are now clearly visible. We expect those effects to accumulate over coming months, with high uncertainty about both timing and events. The question that matters for monetary policy is whether these price increases are likely to materially raise the risk of an ongoing inflation problem. A reasonable base case is that the effects will be relatively short-lived, a one-time shift in the price level. Of course, one time does not mean all at once. Nonetheless,
No, you're good. You're good. You're not speaking for anybody. Yes, we're looking for a short position as soon as NQ touches these alerts. This one, we'll look for a short than that one. ES is way above it. Way above. We have a huge bearish SMT. Huge. It's huge.
Essentially saying that she committed mortgage fraud. The president saying that he's going to look to fire her. He's not here to allow any sort of comments about that. But you just see the pressure that's being put on the Federal Reserve, the institution, at the same time that Jerome Powell in Jacksonville, Wyoming, is trying to conduct monetary policy work.
And if he fires her, he'll be able to name a new member of the Federal Reserve that potentially would be more in line with his thoughts on interest rate cuts.
That's exactly right. The president would have the power to put someone else in that position. That would now be two people that he's able to appoint this year, Wolf.
All right, Vanessa, your favorite's reporting for us, as always. Thank you very, very much. Coming up, we'll have much more of the breaking news we're following. The truly stunning FBI search earlier this morning of the home of the former Trump National Security Advisor, John Bolton. Also coming up next, a Situation Room special report. We go one-on-one with someone from the controversial U.S. and Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, just as a new report confirms that famine exists right now in parts of the Gaza enclave.
Every Sunday night, you can't sleep. But not this Sunday.
When you really need to sleep, ZQL has no equal. Get the deeply restorative sleep you need. Great. ZQL, not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
As much as we appreciate what our mechanics can do and who they are, no one looks forward to seeing the inside of an auto shop. Because if you're here, your car is too. And that means something's wrong. And likely it means an expensive repair bill. That is, unless you call CarShield. When you call CarShield before your car breaks down, they have plans that cover up to 5,000 parts and systems of your car. Don't wait. Call CarShield today before it's too late.
Call 800-788-2415.
No application fee if you apply by September 3rd at University of Maryland Global Campus, offering online and hybrid courses and lifetime career services. Learn about our more than 135 degrees and certificates at umgc.edu.
Hey, starting your business? It doesn't have to feel this complicated. There's a smarter way. Swift Finance has helped over 600,000 entrepreneurs form and protect their businesses. From bakeries to construction, golf coaches to wedding singers, and even pet psychics. No matter the business, we form it right the first time. Plus, you get real support, dedicated formation specialists, bundle packages, and a 100% accuracy guarantee. Swift Finance. Start strong, stay compliant, grow confidently. And this is the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed to help you feel quick. So when you're sweating all night, no kicking off the covers, or blasting the air conditioning, because only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, so mattress feels up to 10 degrees cool all night long. Don't miss our biggest sale.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the first liquidity pool. I don't like it as much as the second, but we'll look for a short.
Parts of Gaza right now are officially experiencing what's being described as a quote, man-made famine. That according to a monitoring group backed by the United Nations, and it warns the situation will get worse as the conflict goes on. This news comes as a controversial U.S. and Israeli-backed aid group launches a new program aimed to help people in Gaza safely get the food they desperately need. My colleague Pamela Brown interviewed the spokesperson for that group. It's called the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation in this Situation Room humanitarian principles and giving the aid seekers what they need. Sometimes the younger, faster men get there first, get aid first, and sometimes women, children, and families can get left behind. So this was an innovation to prevent that. Working through all the Palestinian workers who would sign up and give us their information. It was with an ID card, with a fingerprint, and we use that information only for the purposes of them preserving aid.
The Gaza and to provide nutrition and as part of this new program, saying that it could be used against them for security and intelligence purposes. How are you ensuring that you're protecting their information?
Well, so some of this, some of these ministries in Gaza are Hamas ministries, and they're waging an active disinformation campaign. And this is up against the background of Hamas trying to cause disinformation, cause chaos on the sites. So I would urge some skepticism on a lot of the information coming out of Gaza. Our humanitarian workers work alongside both the Palestinian workers on our sites, and they interact with the crowd. And we do have a great trust with the people that come there and buy our food and the aid that we're distributing. We also have international NGOs, Samaritan's Purse. This is solely to ensure that the right people are getting the aid when they show up. We do not share information, and it's highly secure and encrypted with multiple layers of security.
Is there a mechanism in place to ensure
Bruce, you
Hamas
good?
can access aid through this new program or not or current UHF sites?
So certainly Hamas is an ongoing threat.
Not there yet.
Our sites are safe and secure. We only had 2 incidents of violence months ago that were Hamas implemented and injured 2 American aid workers, and there was one instance of a unfortunately tragic incidents when Hamas implemented stampede. But our sites are safe, and we ensure that the aid gets to the people who need it most. One way we do that is the reservation system that we're talking about. Another way we do that is we have separate women's distributions, totally separate, so to ensure that they're getting aid and they can feed their families. We also have women's distributions immediately after the main distribution. Most of the crowd goes first. Many women stay behind. We had a record day this past weekend, and now we're consistently getting feeding over 3,300 women, specifically and separately, as part of our distributions.
If you bring up that tragic incident where 20 people died in that crowd crush at an aid distribution center run by JHF, you said that this was driven by Hamas. The Palestinian Health Ministry said it was due to chaos from tear gas fired at a crowd of people waiting for aid. And I want to give you an opportunity to address that.
Well, again, that's Hamas saying that was driven up. We do not have tear gas on our sites. We use only non-lethal methods of crowd control. Our security personnel are very highly trained, very highly skilled U.S. veterans, and more importantly, very highly intelligent. They are not there because they know how to pull a trigger. They are there because they know how not to.
I want to follow up with you. First of all, I just need to note that the Gaza Ministry of Health, for its part, says that it is not an extension of Hamas. And it is true, we did check the United Nations own tracking before this interview. A vast majority of those drugs are limited or don't make it to their intended destinations in Gaza. Now, they say that it's a scarcity issue. I know DHF wants to work with the UN. What have those discussions been like?
So, our executive chairman had some meetings a week or two ago in the United States with UN personnel. We have seen some ratcheting down of the rhetoric against GHF coming out of those meetings, which is a positive development. Part of all of this is to feed more people in Gaza. And I would argue that anyone trying to shut down GHF or criticizing the way that they're doing this is arguing for less aid. And I read that with extreme skepticism. There's nothing humanitarian.
What do I say? No, not shorts yet. Not shorts yet. There's a major 10 a.m. swing high 15-minute candle above this marker here. I would take shorts after after this marker. We're dying. We are dying a little bit, but we have a higher high. It's not a break of structure yet. Until you have a lower high. So this is still going, I think. This is creating a higher low. You know? Momentum slowed down, but it doesn't mean it's not stopped bearish. It's not stopped being bullish yet.
If your system is so effective, if it is working as you say, why do you think all these Indios want you behind?
Well, you don't have to take my word for it. Just last week, more than 200 other NGOs from more than 15 countries issued a public letter in support of us, urging that the United Nations work with us and collaborate to feed more people. So we have to ask the others what their agenda is. Our model is to feed people without any diversion, and we've been successful at that. The UN has the legacy system was a failure. That's the main reason we are in operation, and we're going to continue doing that.
Let me just follow up with you quickly because there was an internal analysis conducted by USAID that showed, according to this U.S. government report, that there was no widespread effect by the Hamas. They looked into 120 countries came back with the fact that not much, at least by USAID.
You can see for yourself all of the filtration.
Oh, you're being a silly boy. We got a silly boy down here. Maybe you can see the legs. The legs will just start to come up right here. A silly boy. He's being silly. Like Spider-Man. He's climbing. He's walking across the side of the couch. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You itchy? You got itchy? Look at this maniac. Si, senor. What, targeting 23,800 pretty much for reversal? I don't know. Look at Bruce. Just look at Bruce. Look at how cute he is. Oh, this is fuck. That's why I got this turned down. All right, well, we'll just keep it like that, so you can look at Bruce. Fucking maniac, Bruce. 800. No, that's 659. But then that is 729. Cause let's go walk over here. Take a walk with me. Let's go prance over here for a second. So we see this shit. So this was that short that I really wanted to take. Oh, excuse me. This was the short that I really wanted to hold all the way through. We got out early, but notice this was pre-market when we got in. This was the 10 a.m. candle. So I think price wants to come up and take out all the swing shorters, still holding the short from like here. So I think price is going to take that wick out and then we deliver. It might take this one. It might. But again, that's a 10:30 candle. That's your 10 a.m. candle. So we're going to look for shorts at both alerts. All right, don't worry about that. We're going to look for shorts at both alerts. But I think the higher one is the one that's going to pay off. What do you think, Bruce? Do you think that the higher buy side liquidity? Yeah. Where'd you go? Give me that bone. Give me that bone. Took his time there. He's like, hang on, I gotta pick up my bone. Hang on, give me a sec. Kid's so uncoordinated. It's like I have a special needs child, special needs son. He's special. Bruce is special. We're still just chilling as price. Whoop. There goes my phone. Fuck. We're still watching price as it dances around the liquidity that we want. It's going to take it. I swear to God. It's going to take it. I swear. All right. You just got to wait. You just got to wait. Wait. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Wait.
Coming up, we'll have more major breaking news right now. Right now, sources tell us
Exact address. What the fuck are you talking about?
downtown office of President Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton. There's a lot of pictures over there. the situation starts right after this.
All right, we're definitely doing a cruise tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. South Bay. Probably go to Quincy Shores or Nantasket Beach. Or not as far. We don't have to. We'll just be chill. It's gonna be cold tonight. It's only 70 degrees. It's gonna probably be like fucking 60 tonight. Oh, my thermostat's way off. So 74. Huh. Yeah, later tonight it'll dip into the low 60s, low 70s, high 60s. Get yourself a striker. Or don't, because there's a lot of cops at South Bay Plaza. We've been getting cracked down upon by the South Bay Plaza, by the Boston police. Hoping next week, starting Monday, I'm going to be getting up very early. I'm going to be taking pre-market much more seriously. I'll probably be live by 7 a.m. next week. Yeah, I'm going to be getting my ass up early. I'm pissed off. I'm not letting these little trades nip away from me. I'll even be scalping little like 2-to-1, 1-to-1 RR. The little setups. I'll just go heavier size.
Happening now, breaking news, FBI agents searching the home and office of former Ambassador John Bolton, President Trump's one-time national security advisor. It's all part of what the agency is calling a national security investigation.
All right, folks, we're creaming up to buy side. We're cruising. Ugh. It'll probably be like a lunchtime or hopefully 11:30 reversal, and it dies off. It keeps selling off for Friday afternoon. That'd be the best case scenario. But hopefully we don't just lose all the sellers too, and it doesn't just fizz off horizontally. I would hate that. I'll be right back. We're gonna watch this alert here, this high.
Did you end up going to Amazon warehouse the other day?
No, I was too fucking lazy.
How far are you from it?
It's a solid. Depends about traffic, but if I were to go right now,
45?
no. Amazon fulfillment 28, just under half hour.
Okay, that's good. That's not bad.
No, I'm itching to go. I would love to go. I would love to
It
go.
was fun. I told you, man. It's addiction. Once you start doing it and you get hooked, you're done.
I gotta find. There's got to be another freshly paved parking lot somewhere else.
I think someone wants. I mean, I'll have to take a look. But basically, if you want to do this in a good space, it's gonna have to be warehouses because they have good pavement,
Yeah.
big. Bro, I wish there's like a drift track or something, like a big legal one that you
Right.
can go and drift in it. There has to be one in New Hampshire. I'll check.
All right, we're getting close, getting awfully close. I want to see if this will work. Testing the alert system.
All right, bro. I gotta go. Talk to you later.
All right, Mo. Have a good rest of your Friday morning.
You as well, bro. See ya.
Thanks. See ya. Okay. So it does do that. All right. Just making sure. That was a test of the alert system.
try someone for a high like this, it would have to be for conviction beyond a reasonable doubt.
All right, thanks very much. Thank you to both of you. You're both working your sources. And there's more breaking news we're following this morning. Right now, the Dow is in record territory. It's more than 800 points up following a key speech by the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. Powell hinted that we're all going to interest rate cuts may be coming soon. Let's go back to see what business.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Professor, your favorite show. What can you tell us, Vanessa, about Chairman Powell's latest remarks today?
Well, Jerome Powell did say that it might be time for an interest rate cut. This is something that investors.
All right, here we go. Here's momentum.
The Dow surging more than 800 points. It's also
Everybody
something
see that?
the President of the United States, Donald Trump, wants to see. But at the same time that Jerome Powell was talking about monetary policy, you had President Trump speaking to reporters about the fact that he is going to or looking to fire one of the Fed governors, Lisa Cook, if she does not resign. Currently, there's a DOJ probe going on into Lisa Cook about whether or not she allegedly committed mortgage fraud. Lisa Cook, though, has said that she's going to be looking at her finances and providing something to essentially say to people that she's not, in fact, committing mortgage fraud. But this really is sort of the cap of what has been a pressure campaign by the Trump administration, by President Trump, on Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, but also on the Federal Reserve itself. We know that for months and months now, the President of the United States has wanted the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. Jerome Powell today very subtly made a nod to anyone who was challenging the independence of the Federal Reserve. Listen to what he said earlier this morning.
Monetary policy is not increase. Of course, FOMC members will make these decisions based solely on their assessment of the data and its implications for the economic outlook and the balance of risks. We will never deviate from that approach.
So it is up to those 12 members of the board to make decisions about interest rates. Jerome Powell signaling that it might be time for a rate cut. Investors, more than 90% of them, will believing that a rate cut will come as soon as September. But of course, there is a lot of economic data that we will receive before the Federal Reserve meets later in September. Right? Inflation reports on consumer prices, producer prices, and a key jobs report that will be very closely watched after significant downward revisions over the summer.
I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm fucking bored. Fuck this chart. I should have taken that long down here. I was feeling it. I knew it. I wanted to impulsively take it. I didn't. I'm pissed. Okay? All right. This short would have been a little scalpy short. Probably would have trimmed one there, and that's it. Break even. Not upset about that. I am upset about
Still ahead.
yeah.
President Trump says the show of force in the nation's capital is heading to other places as well. He suggested Baltimore.
Oh, and the 2 a.m. here. I wasn't up for this.
We'll talk with the Maryland S1, who's inviting the president to do another patrol in that city.
Which one? This one? Oh, 10 a.m.? Yeah, I wouldn't have just taken that. Because of J-Pow. Everything got fucked up because of J-Pow. We'll see till 11:30 if we can take this high. And then it's probably just going to fizz off. Price is just going to fizz off. It'll still like trickle up, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you could gamble it. I think I'm most pissed off about the 30-second short we didn't take here with the bearish SMT. That one really stung. Well, oh my god.
And welcome back to the Situation. I want to get back to our breaking news. The FBI raiding the home and office of John Bolton. He's President Trump's former national security advisor. The Maryland Democratic governor.
We know where it's gonna go.
Governor, what's your reaction to
It's
this
taking out
search?
buy side maybe dumps or buy side dumps.
Maryland, do you see this as a
We're taking a short after this. If we get a good reversal above that, we're taking it before noon. Otherwise, we'll see you Monday. And here is the week ahead of us. Potentially some stuff. Potentially some stuff. No stuff on Wednesday. Potentially some stuff. Probably no stuff. But maybe at 10 a.m. some stuff. I know it was very technical. Some stuff. We're gonna have some stuff.
Yeah, good point. I want to turn to another major story we're following, Governor. The increased federal law enforcement presence not far from Maryland, right here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Here's President Trump, what he said about all of this just a few moments ago. Listen to this. What we see is a miracle what's happening. I mean, they can come up with that kind of safe. We go indeed.
Excuse me. I really want Darwin Pro stuff, but I'm absolutely not paying full price for this Chinese shit. It's from China. It's the same drop ship. It's all basically Alibaba. Um, that's what Darwin Pro is. I've heard the fitment isn't good on Darwin. And so I wanted to just get one or two pieces and see how those go. Yeah, let me know about that too, Maddie. Let me get like a really good carbon for Mercedes, like AMG distributor or supplier or whatever. Because yeah, I would be curious to see what else is available there and at what price. I'm most interested in like some side skirts and maybe a new spoiler, like a bigger lip, like a ducktail. Darwin makes an actual bolt-on spoiler, which looks pretty cool, but it's like $2,200 for the carbon one, and it's stupid. All right, we're probably not getting it, guys. I'm gonna call it for the morning. It's already 11:30, just about. I got some errands and things I want to take care of. I'm gonna check it out throughout the whole rest of the day, and I will let you guys know. I will alert it and signal it when we, as soon as we are about to, not as we do it. I'll do it in advance. If we're getting closer to this, which still may be soon, but it just doesn't seem like it right now. It has quite a way to go, 660, so it's like 50 plus points. So yeah, let's stop the recording.